24-hour readathon. Really looking into it. Honestly destroyed me. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for today's video because this weekend I am doing my second 24-hour readathon and I can't wait. I've honestly been so looking forward to this for so long. I actually booked 2 days off work so I could do this. I'm starting it on Sunday the 9th of February and I'm going to finish it on Monday the 10th of February because I want to do 12 hours today and 12 hours tomorrow, purely because I need my sleep and I just know that I will not be able to stay up for 24 hours. I definitely am somebody who will need to sleep, otherwise I'll just fall asleep anyway and it won't be a fun challenge. So we're going to start the clock for 24 hours and I will read 12 hours today and 12 hours tomorrow. I don't have a specific set of books that I want to read for this challenge, only because I'm a bit of a mood reader, and the last time I did this I did find it quite hard to I don't know, I did find it harder than I thought it would. So I only want to pick books that I'm in the mood for reading and I don't want to stick to a set list. What I am going to do is I am going to start with Mile High because I did start this book yesterday on the drive home from Winchester and I'm enjoying it so far. I'm only 25 pages in, so I'm very early into the book, but I thought I would give this a go. I think this is quite a long romance. I think it's quite a few pages, it's a big one, I believe. And then the only other book that I definitely want to try and read is A Court of Frost and Starlight. This is the 4th book in the ACOTAR series, as I'm sure you all know because I'm sure you've all read it before, but I am doing a reread. I read A Court of Wings and Ruin. It was the day before yesterday that I finished it and it honestly destroyed me, so I needed to take a break, hence why I've started with Mile High. But at some point I do want to get this book finished so I can start with A Court of Silver Flames. I really want to finish ACOTAR quite soon so that I can start reading Crescent City because that is what I'm really excited for. It is currently 9:30 in the morning, so I'm gonna start the clock, but I want to get myself a coffee. I want to get myself all settled. I think I might want to read on the sofa to start with, so I'm gonna get myself all settled in and then I will start the clock. Right, I've got my decaf coffee because I've already had a coffee today, so I don't want to go too crazy on the caffeine just yet. And I'm settled in on the sofa. I think I'm going to start with Mile High because I'm quite interested to see where it goes. I'm on chapter 4, so that's where I'm going to be starting. And then I think I might move on to this a little bit later, but we'll just see how we get on. According to my Kindle, I've got 8 hours and 6 minutes left in this book. I don't know if I will be able to sit here and read the whole thing in 8 hours, purely because when it's a romance it's not always that gripping and I don't really know what is going to happen in this, so we'll see how we feel. So I might change, but I'm gonna get my timer up. Oh my god, I'm actually so excited. So I'm starting this at 9:43. When I'm finished it should be 9:43 tonight. God, that sounds like a really long time away, isn't it? But I'm just gonna see how far we get with the clock. So 24 hours and we're starting in 3, 2, 1. Eek. An hour in and I thought I would give you a little update on Mile High. I have paused the timer because I did just pop to Tesco's to stock up on some snacks and things to eat for lunch because I realised I actually don't have anything in, so I wasn't very prepared for this. I thought now I'm back, we will just do a quick update on Mile High. I'm on chapter 11 and page 85 and I'm actually really enjoying it. At first, I didn't think I was going to like this as much, purely because I did find the main character, one of the main characters, Evan Sanders, to be quite mean. I thought he was horrible. But now that I've started to understand a little bit more about him and I've got a little bit more of a background on his character, I don't think he's as bad as I was initially thinking. And the other main character, Stevie, she is a flight attendant. She's the other main character. This is dual POV and I really like her. I think she's just really relatable. I think she's really kind, she's really sweet and she's very funny. I'm finding her quite entertaining with her little remarks. But now the two main characters are having their a bit of tension and it's just really nice. I am really starting to enjoy it. I don't want to go into it too much because I really don't want to give you any spoilers if you haven't read this yet. But now there's starting to be a little bit of tension between the two main characters, which I'm just really enjoying. So I'm going to make myself a little bit of, well, it's kind of Well, it's 11:30, so it's kind of like brunch. I'm gonna make myself some brunch and then I'm gonna restart the timer and carry on my readathon. Makes me jump every single time that goes off. Update on Mile High. I'm now 50% of the way through, and honestly I feel like we could just leave the book here. I feel like this could be the ending, and like that would be a pretty good book. So I'm interested to see what happens in the next 50% of the book, because yeah, I mean it's okay for a romance, you know. I'm not like completely obsessed with it, but it's got a good storyline, it's got good characters, they're really likable, and I'm enjoying reading about them. But yeah, I'm not like really obsessed with it. I'm not like devouring it, like reading it like wow, I'm really loving this, but it is good. I think so far I am feeling it is a 3 stars, but seeing as we're only 50% of the way through, that could change. So I'm gonna read a little bit more, hopefully get this finished in the next couple of hours. It says I've got 3 hours and 49 minutes left of the book to read, so I will catch up with you when I'm done. Mile High is officially finished. I didn't really enjoy this, I'm not gonna lie. I do feel like so many people have loved this book, and it was very hyped on Book Talk, so I was so excited to read it because I really thought I was going to enjoy it. But to be honest, it just didn't feel like anything special for me. Like, it just felt like any other romance. There wasn't anything about it that really stood out to me. The characters were likable, and I think it did have a good storyline, but as I said earlier, I think like 50% of the way through the book could have ended there, and then like there just didn't need to be the rest of the story. It didn't need to be 600 pages long. Like, I do find that a lot of romances these days are so long for no reason. Like, really, the last 50%, it was fine. Like, you know, they went through the troubles and then the things got resolved, as, you know, most romances are. But I just kind of feel like there wasn't really anything about it that really made me enjoy it. So yeah, I rated it 2.5 stars. That is book 1 done. It is 7:19 and I have paused the time up because I think I'm going to have a shower and get ready for bed, and then I will start A Court of Frost and Starlight. Because I think after a romance I need to go back into a fantasy world. I need magic, I need proper like intense romance relationships, and this book is going to be so good for that, because this is like, it's from what I remember last when I read it the first time, nothing really happens this book, like nothing really major is kind of happening. It's just kind of like happy times at the winter solstice. So yeah, I think this is what I need to finish off day 1 of the reading vlog. Okay, I'm back. I calculated while I was in the shower, Mile High took me about 9 hours, and I've got about 3 hours left to read today for my second 12-hour stint tomorrow. So I don't think that's too bad. I mean, the book did calculate, like my Kindle calculated it was going to be about 8 hours, and I did have to like kind of stop because it wasn't like captivating me too much. I did find it a little bit harder to get through, but this book is much smaller. I'm trying to find, so this is only 233 pages, so I do think I should be able to finish this either tonight or early tomorrow morning, and then tomorrow we can have a look at my TBR and see what else we feel like picking up. I may carry straight on to A Court of Silver Flames, or I may take another break and start something else. I do have this book on my Kindle as well, so I can switch from book to Kindle if I need. But I've stocked up on a new beverage, which is a peach sparkling water, and then I've also got some magic stars as well, just to get me through this last reading stint of the day. I'm so excited to get back into the ACOTAR world, because it really is just my favourite series ever, and I'm really loving my reread. So without further ado, let's get into it. rest of the evening. I'm now on chapter 3 and I'm only like 22 pages in, but I really want to get my duvet and bring it into the living room and just get comfy on the sofa. I would get into bed because it is 8:30, so I feel like we're kind of like into the evening now, and I would get into bed and read, but I know that I'll fall asleep. So I'm thinking I'll get my duvet, bring it in here, and I'll just get really comfy. I might put some candles on as well and some ambience on the TV, because I've genuinely been sat in silence reading my books all day, and maybe I should switch it up a little bit and actually create a bit of an atmosphere in here. So that's what I'm going to do, so I'm all cozy for the rest of the evening. Like, this is a little bit of an unpopular opinion, but I actually feel kind of sorry for Tamlin. Like, I know he's done loads of bad things and he's really angry all of the time and he's really aggressive, but I do feel like he's got a lot of trauma that he hasn't worked through. A lot of bad stuff has happened to him in his life that he probably hasn't like dealt with, and like he gets so much hate, right? But I do think like everyone responds differently to like things that happen to them, and I feel like Tamlin responds and just gets angry, but that is like trauma response, no? And like I feel like everyone hates him so much, but I just feel kind of sorry for him. I'm not gonna lie, I've always felt kind of sorry for him. Okay, this is a spoiler. If you haven't read ACOTAR, you need to skip right now. He loved Feyre so much. And imagine you love someone so much. Okay, he did not protect her under the mountain. Didn't really try that hard to like get her safe or whatever. But like imagine the person that you are like so in love with ends up being someone else's mate. Or like soulmate, I guess, or like they get married to someone else if we're talking in like human terms and not like fantasy terms. But like imagine that happening to you. That would be awful. And then you have to go and like, oh, then you have to see that other person all of the time because they're also a High Lord. Like, what? I feel like that would be awful. Don't know about you, but I wouldn't like that either. Maybe I wouldn't behave the way Tamlin does, but I think that would be pretty awful. I am this much of the way through, and I'm getting pretty tired, to be honest. I still have 13 hours and 20 minutes left on the clock, which means I'm probably going to read for just over another hour and then get into bed, because I don't know if you can tell by my face right now, but I'm so tired. But I'm really enjoying this. Like, I feel like it's just really comforting. There's something about ACOTAR that is really comforting to me, so I'm like finding it really easy to get through and I'm really enjoying it. Also, I need to show you my bookmarks because I never got Onyx Storm, the hardback, when it was released, because I only like the paperbacks. And then I found out that Waterstone, I think it was Waterstones, were giving away bookmarks if you bought the book. And then Alex found the bookmark on eBay for me. How cute is that? It's got a little dragon at the top, and when you read you can see the dragon at the top, and it's got a quote from Onyx Storm on the back, which I thought was really cute. So thanks, Alex, for getting me my bookmark. I love it very much. But yeah, there's my update. I just wanted to talk to you about the whole Tamlin thing. I feel like it's an unpopular opinion, but if you've read ACOTAR, let me know in the comments if you agree or if I'm like the only person that thinks this. Happy Monday. Well, I don't know what day it is for you, but it's Monday for me. I'm so happy that I actually took today and tomorrow off just so I could read. Well, tomorrow we've got practical things to do, but I took today off just so that I could read, basically. But the last time we caught up, I was reading A Court of Frost and Starlight. I have got it on my Kindle and I've been reading the physical book as well. It's only a little one, so it hasn't been taking me that long to get through, and I've got this much left, so I should be able to finish this in one sitting. According to my Kindle, I am 89% of the way through, and I have, for some reason it's saying 1 minute left in the book, which is a bit strange. Surely that can't be right. I'm really confused by that. I don't know why that's what? Hold on. That can't be right. Oh right, yeah, I'm on the last chapter. Okay, well yeah, well in a minute then I will be finished with this book, and then I'll probably make myself a decaf coffee, get myself settled in on the sofa and get ready to read book 3. It's finished. Oh my god. I love this series so much. It's just so beautifully written, and I just think it's, I don't know, it's just my favourite series ever. I don't even have that much to say about it because I just love it. Whenever I read ACOTAR, I forget that I'm reading. Like, it's one of those books where I can one of those series where I fully get immersed in the world the whole time I'm reading it as well. It's like there isn't a single book that I find boring or like doesn't live up to the hype. I genuinely, with these books, feel like I'm in this world, I'm with the characters, like I'm doing the things that she's saying the characters are doing. I can fully immerse myself in it, and I think it's so, I think that's why I find the series so special to me, because I'm fully immersed in the world and the characters, and I just love it. It's so good. But anyway, I'm gonna go make myself a coffee and then we will catch up when I decide what to read next. Now I'm finished with Frost and Starlight. I need to put it back on my shelf. This is my ACOTAR and favourite fantasy shelf. So I've decided, I already know what I want to read, and it's a book that's been on my TBR for a really long time. It's on my TBR shelf, which is just up here. Magnolia Parks. I am so excited to finally read Magnolia Parks, and what better time to start it than in a 24-hour readathon where I literally have nothing else to do but to read. I have honestly been so excited to read this. So many people have kind of said it's like Gossip Girl, Made in Chelsea kind of vibes, which were two of my favourite TV shows growing up, and I think it's set in London as well, which is just even better because that's where I live. So I'm so excited to be finally starting it. I swear to God, this had better live up to the hype, because I've been putting this off for so long because I'm so scared it's not gonna live up to the hype. I hope I enjoy it as much as everybody else, because the covers are so beautiful. I genuinely think even if I don't love it, I'm still gonna buy the rest of the books because they are so beautiful. I'm just obsessed. I think these are my favourite book covers ever. So yeah, I'm gonna start reading this, and I'm gonna be using my Onyx Storm bookmark, which they're not really the same vibes, but it's fine. It's the only bookmark I have and I love it because Alex bought it for me. So yeah, let's go. Reading this first front page, the dedication, and then also this first bit, I already know this book is going to be incredible, and I really hope it doesn't disappoint me, because already I feel like the writing is so beautiful and I actually just can't wait to get properly into it. Oh my god, I'm so excited. If there was ever a book I was going to annotate, it would be this one. Okay, mild spoiler alert, so skip if you haven't read this and you want to read. I'm going to read you a quote, because wow, listen to this. She claps her hands twice, the lights go off and she stares at me through the darkness a few seconds longer, and I love her in the dark. I mean, F it. I down and out love her in all of the spectrums of light, even the absence of it. I'm sorry. How beautiful is that? Wow, you guys weren't lying when you said this was good, because incredible. I thought I would do a little update on Magnolia Parks because I'm about 50% of the way through and I'm actually loving this so far. It honestly feels like I'm reading Gossip Girl or Made in Chelsea, and I'm really enjoying it. And I would say I'm not having fun, only because some of the topics are kind of heavy and it's kind of sad, but it's also so good, and I'm rooting for BJ and Magnolia. I feel like, spoilers, just to let you know, spoilers. I feel like you can really see how much they love each other and how much they really want to be together. But I'm 50% of the way through and she is now like kind of getting with Tom and they're starting to feel like they like each other a little bit. So I'm like, well, who's she gonna pick? BJ or Tom? But then I love a high school sweetheart trope. Like there's just something about it that I just absolutely love. Like I feel like him and Magnolia, they just should be together. They're destined to be together and I'm just obsessed with them. I've come into the bedroom for a bit of change of scenery because I've been in the living room all day and then Alex is home now, so he's like playing Xbox and stuff, so it's kind of easier for me to concentrate in the bedroom. But yeah, I just wanted to update you that I'm absolutely loving Magnolia Parks and I'm so glad that I picked it up. Anymore. This book is breaking my heart. Honestly, what is up with these two? They need to sort themselves out. But also Magnolia deserves better. And I'm not going to say any more because I don't want to spoil it, but wow. Good morning. It's currently Tuesday, I think. Yeah, Tuesday. And I didn't actually finish the 24-hour reading challenge yesterday purely because I finished Magnolia Parks. And I was so tired that me and Alex just watched the film together and then I went to bed. So I still have 2 hours left of the reading vlog to do, but we need to pop into the shops. So we're gonna pop to the shops, get what we need to get, and then when we get back, I'm gonna finish the last 2 hours. But let's talk about Magnolia Parks because, oh my God, I actually totally love this. The drama, the romance, I mean the toxicity, let's be honest. These two need to sort themselves out because what are they doing? Like Magnolia and BJ, you have to love to hate them, I think, because they're a nightmare. Like just communicate and then everything could have been solved and like everything could have been so much better for them both if they just sat down and actually were really honest with each other. They're both just as toxic as each other and they kind of deserve each other, let's be honest. But I thoroughly enjoyed this. I mean, it was like one of those books that made me forget I was reading. And then I just totally got lost in the world and the characters and I'm obsessed. I really, really want the second book. But obviously I only really like the original covers, so I'm gonna order it from Amazon, which I think is Daisy Hates. So I'm excited to see how they kind of like link up. I only rated Magnolia Parks 4 stars purely because there's like a big thing that happens. I'm not gonna say what because I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't read it yet, but I kind of predicted what the thing was that happened. I don't want to say too much. But yeah, I think because of that, it was kind of predictable. I mean, we all kind of saw it coming, but I actually loved it and I can't wait for the second book. So yeah, once I've come back from the shops, then I will continue. We need to choose a different book though, and I've only got 2 hours left. So I was thinking about picking something off my TBR that's not too big. So I was thinking doing this Like a Charm, this one. Only because this is a very short book. I think it's only like 200 pages. So I feel like I could probably read this in the 2 hours. It'll be another book ticked off for the challenge, which will be my 4th one. So this is basically about a woman called Esme who is a lawyer and she lives in London. So she's not like close to her family. She's estranged from her family, is in a toxic relationship with a married man, obviously, and she's also a part-time witch. So I'm not sure if this is like romance fantasy, maybe it's like a romantasy, I don't really know. But basically she doesn't speak to her mum anymore because she found out that when she was younger her mum put a love spell on her boyfriend Jamie, so she ran away from home and like moved away because like that's really embarrassing, let's be honest. Then her aunt gets ill, so she goes back to her hometown and lo and behold, who is her doctor? Jamie. So I feel like this is going to be quite a cute, like easy to read fantasy romance kind of story. I love witches, I think they're cool. I've always loved witches, I just think it's fun. So yeah, I'm gonna read this next, but I'm gonna go to the shops, then I will come back and restart the timer. This 24-hour reading vlog has now gone over 3 days. I don't know if that's cheating, but like whatever. I've hit my 24 hours, it's finished. But I have only this much left of the book to read, so I might just finish this and it is finished. I don't really have much to say about this. I think I'm probably gonna rate it maybe 2 stars. I mean, I should rate it 1 really because I just really didn't like it. I kind of skimmed it, I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't really tell you what really happened in it. I just didn't find it that interesting. But then I feel terrible because the author has spent so much time writing this book, but it just wasn't for me. I didn't enjoy it, so that was that. But this is the end of the 24-hour reading vlog. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye!